Yes, there is additional revenue that's coming in. I think they'll have even a better idea at the May revise once the April, the April 15th deadline passes
Right.
for our personal income tax. So the revenue numbers at the state level will be changing. Now, it depends upon whether it's ongoing revenues at the state level or if it's one-time revenues.
Sure.
If there are additional funds, I think the likelihood is that it would be more one-time funds that would be distributed.
Mhm.
And so we'll just have to wait and see and monitor the situation as it continues to evolve.
Yeah, if history is an indicator, last year when there was additional revenue, finance categorized it as one-time funding because they attributed it to Prop 30.
Mhm. And which looms on the horizon.
And that leads to my question. When are we going to, what's the steps into the fate of future of Proposition 30? Because so much of our budget is based on that, but what is the process that's going to take place, and when will we know whether the Proposition 30 continues or does not? When's
So Proposition 30, the budget that is being proposed right now for 15-16, this is the last year of full Proposition 30 revenues. So a piece of the Proposition 30 revenues are expiring or terminating in December of 2016, and then the other piece is terminating in December of 2018.
And isn't it sales tax expires in 2016 and income tax in 2018 or something like that?
Yes, I was trying to look real quick. Yeah, it's one of the other. I don't.
Those two
remember.
components are
Those
the
two components. I keep getting them confused, but yes, one of them. I believe it's the sales tax that terminates in 2016, and the personal income tax that terminates in 2018. But when we talked to the Department of Finance, when I was having a conversation with one of the deputy directors, it's the state's feeling that the state's revenue picture will have adjusted itself and there won't be a need for the Proposition 30 revenues once we get to that point. And so that's really their hope. So they don't have plans of trying to extend those taxes or creating new taxes or anything. They think that it's just going to automatically adjust due to the state coming out of the recession. But then on the flip side, you'll read that the state and most economists are saying that we have another recession that is looming because our recessions are kind of in 8-year cycles. It's been 5 years since the last recession, and so you have quite a few economists predicting that another recession could come in 2017. So, it's really, we are so dependent upon the revenues of the state, it's just hard to project at any given point what is going to occur.
Yeah, thanks.
all right? Very good. Trustee Zia?
On your slide number 8, Anne-Marie, on the CTE and adult ed, I know those are unknown. Is there any indication that we'll know soon, or is there any kind of foresight that has been given on when we'll know what our portion will be and what the next month are going to look like, the upcoming months when it comes to this line item?
No, not really, especially for adult education that is going to require a whole new allocation committee to be created. So each entity is going to have to appoint somebody. They're going to have to meet. It's a 7-member board. They're going to have to determine the allocation based upon the plans that have been submitted. So, it could be next December before we know if we receive anything on the adult education. And then the CTE, the career technical education, the pathways money, that's really unknown as well. Typically the chancellor's office, even when it does pass the budget, it'll take them 3 to 4 months to figure out what they want to do with it. So it could be quite some time on those two items.
Do we have a seat at the table in the planning or some sort of a committee that is going to be looking at the allocations of the funds for CTE?
Not for CTE. CTE comes directly from the chancellor's office, and like I said, that will likely be a competitive grant. So they would put out a request for applications, we would submit an application, and then it would be evaluated by the Chancellor's Office staff on whether or not they're going to award it to us. Adult education, the way that it's currently proposed by the governor, they are saying that there would be a community college representative on that allocation committee, but it's just, you know, right now it's so early in the process, there's no way of even identifying how much, if anything, could come to us.
Just as another point, with regard to the CTE funding, although it's not directly related, it is related. There is a work group that was formed by the Chancellor's Office to look at CTE and workforce development overall statewide, and we do have a seat at the table, and it's Dr. Lynn Shaw. So
That's what my
she will
understanding
ensure that we get the lion's share of this funding.
We're counting on you, Lynn. That's what my understanding was, but I wasn't sure about the plan going forward and the timeline. So, you know, we were in a conference, 4 of us, this weekend, and there was quite a bit of talk about it, and it sounded like there was a lot of chiefs and not enough executors. So hopefully this will be coming to fruition soon, and I'm glad that we have a seat at the table.
All right, other questions? Well, thank you very much. I mean, obviously, for people, we track the budget all the time, proposed budgets, real budgets, may revise, and everything goes with it. I think it's ironic the governor, once again, has thrown the adult education into the mix because we don't have much in that area, but still, the governor continually tries to push to pull adult ed away from the K-12 system somehow, some way. But if I remember correctly, the original budget for adult ed to the K-12 system was over $900 million. So I don't know how he thinks community colleges can do it for $500 million. But anyway, there's a lot of politics going on. But as showing tonight, there's a lot of information out there. So we appreciate the update on this. There's no other questions, members of the board. We can move on to the next item because this is informational. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information coming in the next few months. Next item, again, that was informational only, is item 2.3. That's the Long Beach City College Innovation Fund Southern Cal update. President Oakley?
Yes, thank you, Board President Kellogg. We're excited to once again talk with the board about Innovation Fund SoCal, which Long Beach City College launched March of last year. We've been well on our way to beginning to fund startups in the region, and we wanted to update the board on where we're at currently, where we're going in the future, and recommendations that we may need to bring to the board going forward so we can continue to build upon this great program going forward. We also have some guests from Kauffman Foundation, which I will let Executive Vice President Bynum introduce, but we're always happy to have Kauffman Foundation in the house. So with that, I will turn it over to Executive VP Bynum.
Thank you, President Oakley, President Kellogg, and members of the board. Appreciate the opportunity to provide an update for you about the Long Beach City College Innovation Fund SoCal. That's the official name for it. We launched last year, but we've been working with the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation since 2013 as a partner to grow the next generation of entrepreneurs in our community, and this program is designed specifically to do that. So with that, I'm going to introduce our Executive Director of Partnerships and Economic Development, Shinny Weber, who will say a little bit about the program and introduce some of our other team members.
Good evening, trustees, ladies and gentlemen, President Oakley. As mentioned by Vice President Bynum, the program was launched in 2014, and we funded 3 companies in the first round with awards in May of 2014. The IF SoCal targets innovative technology-based startups with high growth potential in creating jobs, and has been quite a game changer for LBCC economic development programs. And so at this time, I would like to introduce to you John Robinson, who's not only our Kauffman Foundation program officer, but also a great partner. When we called him to see if he would join us for this meeting, he said yes, and he flew out from Kansas City this morning to be at this meeting today. John?
Thank you, Sheni, and it's a great pleasure. Thank you, President Eloy Oakley and the board and Luann and the great team from Long Beach City College. It's a tremendous pleasure, as always, to be here, and not just because it's about 40 degrees warmer than it is at home. We've had at the Kauffman Foundation the great privilege of working with Long Beach City College for, I suppose, about almost 2 years now in developing this program, but really more broadly, helping Long Beach City College develop its holistic approach to entrepreneurship support in Long Beach and in Southern California more broadly. The Kauffman Foundation, by way of background, is the largest national foundation focused on entrepreneurship support, and we believe passionately in the essential role of the community college in supporting entrepreneurs in communities around the country. This really goes to what Trustee Otto was speaking about previously as regards disaggregated success in the state and in the community here. Community colleges are the most democratic vehicle for providing resources to aspiring entrepreneurs and to entrepreneurs in this community and everywhere. So Kauffman's role is to democratize. Neglecting the slides here. Kauffman's role is to democratize access to the very best in entrepreneurship support resources, education, curriculum, and coaching, access to capital, network development, and other resources that entrepreneurs need. And as I said, the community college, rather than four-year institutions and private accelerators and angel groups and such, are the most democratic means to do that, to be most inclusive. The role, I hope that the role of entrepreneurship in community prosperity and economic development needs not to be elaborated here, but one point bears repeating over and over again, which is we have significant research at the foundation that underlines that all net job creation in the United States comes from new and young firms, from firms under 5 years old. And so if Long Beach City College can be a force to power the creation and growth of those new enterprises, then that's a hugely important role that this institution can play in the future prosperity of the community. We selected Long Beach City College 2 years ago in acknowledgement of the tremendous work that this institution had taken up until that point already in supporting entrepreneurs through the really best-in-class SBDC network. It's a remarkable trustee-based activity here that is really quite unique. And the 10,000 Small Businesses, the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program here has been tremendously successful too. There are 13, I think, institutions that are representing that program, and this is one that really leads that class. So Long Beach's participation in this program was very valuable to us in taking a program that had been very successful in Northeast Ohio and demonstrating that it could be flexible enough to work in a variety of communities that look quite different from the unique attributes of that Rust Belt economy. I should point out that our role here was not to provide Long Beach City College with a program in a box. This was not a fully funded, fully equipped program, but rather we were taking a model, providing the vehicle to bring that model to the community here, providing the technical assistance, the access to network, Kauffman's network, and the further development of Long Beach's network to sustain this program. And I would highlight the tremendous efforts of Sheni Weber and Jesse Torres and others in so doing. This is not an easy task that they have undertaken. They have, and I should also highlight the roles of President Oakley and Luann Bynum too in providing the expertise needed to capitalize this program and to seek a path to sustainability. IFA, Innovation Fund America, and the Innovation Fund SoCal program addresses the core needs of entrepreneurs in access to capital, educational resources, and coaching. Last year, Kauffman sought to augment the program with an additional investment in our new Entrepreneur in Residence program, for which Long Beach City College was the first college we selected, and made a grant to Long Beach City College of $100,000 to create what we believe is the best coaching resource for entrepreneurs that exists at a community college in the country. The Long Beach City College EIR program launched in June with George Winston, who's here today, as the first EIR. George has 30+ years in medical device sales and marketing management. He spent the last 9 years as part of the founding management team for a medical device startup and as an angel investor, advisor, and consultant. We are at a point of inflection with not just Innovation Fund SoCal and with the EIR program, but in general how Long Beach City College engages with entrepreneurs, and critical to the success here is to seek a path to sustainability that is insulated from, in many ways, the other missions, the other core missions of this college. They have been, the staff here and under President Eloy Oakley's leadership have been tremendously successful in pursuing this without in any way diminishing the core value proposition of this institution, in any way taking away from any opportunity provided to students, taking no scholarship dollars, taking no resources away from the core academic mission for the college. And in order to achieve sustainability, we at the foundation believe that it is a best practice that we've identified at other institutions to create a separate entity to pursue independent operations for Innovation Fund SoCal, for the EIR program, and for a variety of other future entrepreneurship support activities. We've seen this succeed tremendously in community colleges in North Carolina and in Oregon and in Florida, and we know that it can be successful here. We've also seen it succeed at the university level, so this is not just a community college strategy, but very significant organizations, large universities such as Arizona State have pursued a similar strategy. In order to facilitate this path to sustainability, toward the end of last year, we provided LBCC with a $100,000 grant to explore a path to create this independent entity. And we believe that this is the vital step in the future of all of these activities. I'm to turn it over to Sheni Weber now to talk a little bit in more detail about exactly what Innovation Fund SoCal seeks to achieve, and with the creation of this new entity.
Thank you, John. John had mentioned our very first entrepreneur in residence here at LBCC, and that's George Winston. George is right here. George, would you please stand? And we just want to introduce George to you all. And so one thing to note about the Innovation Fund SoCal, it really is primarily an education program, and it provides coaching and mentoring to startup entrepreneurs in addition to providing seed funding. So in other words, it's about creating jobs for the region. And we are focused on startups in 3 sectors: the advanced manufacturing, biomedical devices, and clean tech. And the funds for the seed fund is raised from charitable contributions. And the application process is actually quite competitive. And through that process, we look for startups that are committed to locating their businesses in Southern California, preferably here in Long Beach, and providing educational opportunities for our students, such as internships. And another key thing we look for in the entrepreneurs, it's coachability. So we all know about that as a teaching institution. It's all about learning for the entrepreneurs. One of the things that the entrepreneurs have to go through is make their business pitch in front of an investor panel. these are actual investors in our startup community, so they get actual real-world feedback. The SBDC is a key partner in this program, and I would like to introduce my colleague, Jesse Torres, who's the regional director for the LA SBDC network right here at Long Beach City College, to tell you a little bit more about their role in Innovation Fund SoCal.
Thank you, Shani, and good evening, trustees. It is a pleasure to serve as the regional director for the LA Small Business Development Center network, described by Kauffman Foundation as best in class, which I will use on my Twitter feed later tonight. The SBDC program has been a key economic development program for Long Beach City College since its arrival here to the college back in 2005. Through the region-wide program, we provide no-cost advising to more than 4,000 small businesses and entrepreneurs across 3 counties, Los Angeles, Ventura, Santa Barbara. For the past 2 years, we have been working closely with Innovation Fund SoCal and the Kauffman Foundation to better adapt our services to the needs of high-growth entrepreneurs and to better understand the ecosystem in which they thrive. The slide above there shows really the 6 essential key components that we believe are crucial to really developing out that entrepreneur ecosystem. Today, the SBDC program is embedded in many innovation programs around the region. Some examples include how we engage with the Innovation Challenge at Cal State Long Beach, our new Emerging Tech SBDC at the LA Chamber, our partnerships with major incubators, accelerators like Idea Lab and Caltech, and the LA Clean Tech Incubator, programs that help drive the innovation forward in our region. And also, I'm pleased to announce that we're going to be establishing a new partnership with the California Nanosystems Institute at UCLA, which should be our major partner in the West Side as we look to serve those entrepreneurs in that region. Our goal is to best determine the best way we can help establish a startup ecosystem here in Long Beach. A program that gives our students the opportunity to not just serve as interns within these high-tech startups, but potentially give them the opportunity to start their own startups and to create jobs here locally. There's a phrase known and feared in the startup community that's known as the Valley of Death, which is essentially that capital gap that prevents young startups from launching or causes those startups to die on the vine. And through IF SoCal, Long Beach City College has really taken direct action to address that funding gap by coupling what we do best, which is serving those entrepreneurs, by also providing much needed capital to those young startups so they have an ability to move forward and actually start hiring and growing their companies. To hear firsthand how IF SoCal has impacted entrepreneurs, I would love to introduce you to Max Aram, who is actually our first, his company was the first winner of our Innovation Fund SoCal round. His company is called Pick My Solar. He's the CEO and co-founder. And they received the $100,000 loan award as part of that Innovation Fund SoCal first round. And I also want to mention that it is his birthday today. He's turning 30, and he's spending his birthday with us. So I want to just say thank you to him for joining us today. So let me bring up Max.
Good evening, President Oakley and the rest of the board. Thanks for having me here. It's great to be here on my birthday. So my name is Max Aram. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Pick My Solar. We are a clean tech web startup that connects homeowners to a network of vetted quality installers. Our online bidding platform finds the best solar deals in the market for homeowners, saving them up to $6,000 off from the gross price of their solar system. My business partner, Chris Blevins, and I, we quit our full-time jobs 2 years ago to start this company. And when we launched almost a year ago, we were just 2 of us when we applied for the Innovation Fund. And also we had MVP, minimal viable product, nothing more, and just less than $40,000 cash on hand, which was our entire lifetime saving. So as a first-time entrepreneur, it's really important to have the guidance and capital to deliver the mission that you have for your company. And I think Innovation Fund SoCal was a game changer for us. It was a big milestone, and we met these great people here. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for every one of you, especially the team who supported us in this mission. In every step of this process, we could feel that everyone in this team is supporting us to achieve every plan that we had. So I have to mention that the $100,000 award was a game changer. It's not that easy to get money. So I realized that afterwards when I went after getting investment from outside world, which we did. So this innovation fund, beside the coaching, which was very helpful, it helped us to build our platform. We built a more scalable platform. We invested heavy on that side. And also we added more key people to our team. And also the validation that we received from the IF SoCal helped us with our fundraising to bring more angel investment in the company to grow the company. Since last May, we've added 7 amazing people to our team, 5 full-time employees and 2 interns. And we successfully closed our angel investment and processed more than $500,000 in sales in the last 6 months. Oh. And also we won a grant from the Department of Energy, announced today. And also, it's been great. We're growing so fast, and we're adding people to our team. Basically, we're hiring 1 more employee every month, starting 3 months ago. And so, with all the support that we received from you guys, we are building one of the most promising startups in SoCal, and we're disrupting solar market. And I would like to say thank you again for trusting us, for supporting us, and we'll take this support and we'll pass it on to the next generation of entrepreneurs here in LA Basin. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So now that we've heard from John and Max, what's next? We are currently in the process of selecting the second round of awardees. The final awards will be announced at our March 26th Innovate SoCal conference here in Long Beach. And of course, implementing new programs are never easy. We've had challenges. Fundraising is one of them. And based on the recommendation from Kaufman, we've done some research and we're looking at establishing an auxiliary to operate Innovation Fund SoCal. So we are currently working with Vice President Gable to bring a recommendation to the board at the February meeting. I want to thank the Board of Trustees, the Long Beach City College leadership for your continued support of this program and other economic development programs that is here at Long Beach City College. We're very proud of it. And I want to thank John Robinson, Max Aram, happy birthday, and George Winston for being here at this presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll just make a quick comment and questions from Trustee Zia and Trustee Otto, but for people, as these reports come out, the Kaufman Fund, I don't know, John, how much you went through it, but for people that Kaufman was the former owner of the Kansas City Royals, the baseball stadium is still named after him, but this is an individual who has had a very interesting story and very much had a social conscious, and got involved in that. And so as we were going through this, I hope everyone here understands the magnitude of what this program means, the fact Long Beach City College is involved in this, how it's not only helping entrepreneurs, but to take a page from a television show, Shark Tank. We're not involved in that way, but we are, and I asked the question, so I'll turn to Luann. When we had this announcement and we had this ceremony, and there's a lot of other residual effects of this that I think Trustee Otto is going to touch on as well, but the question we had then was about internships, about, well, here's what's going on, we're funding, we're supporting, these are entrepreneurs, they're building economic base, but then the question came about potentially internships for Long Beach City College students. So that was a question we asked way back when, so maybe, Luann, if you want to touch on some of the effects for the college directly and the students here as well, because it's a tremendous program, and I hope everyone really got a good feel for how valuable it is and what it means to this college, and we're moving ahead, and we're one of the few colleges to do this. So, but that was a question I'd have. I'm not an owner, but we do have ownership with it, and how it affects our students directly.
Thank you, President Kellogg. Yes, the program requires that each of the high-growth businesses that get funding have to take internships from Long Beach City College It's required. We'll be rolling out the internship program this summer with our first round of awardees as well as our second round of awardees that will be funded in March. The businesses have to stay and live in the area for 6 years. That's a requirement as well. The intent of this program, of course, is to grow our entrepreneurs regionally, to create jobs, and ultimately what we want to do is be able to give our students opportunities to learn how to be entrepreneurs themselves, as well as our students that we graduate in our credit programs and the workforce that we train to ensure that they really do have access to the right kinds of jobs. I think you've probably all been paying attention to the kind of job creation that's going on in the recovery. It's totally different from the kind of jobs that we had prior to the recovery, and I think this program will help us make sure that we have high-paying jobs in our region.